Hi, in this lesson, let's look at perimeters. Now, perimeters has to do with finding the distance around something. So, let's look here. We have Drek, and he's drawing a figure for us. It looks like it might be a square. Now, the thing about a square is that the length of each side is the same. So, let's let A represent the length of one side, so all other sides have to have a length of A. And if we wanted to find the distance around that square, we could add all the A's together, and P represents perimeter. Or we could say P equals 4A. Now, let's stretch the sides here and make this a rectangle where the length is greater than the width. Width is represented by A, length by B. So we could add all those sides together, A plus B plus A plus B, or we could say P equals 2A plus 2B. We're going to be doing some problems here involving the perimeter formulas. So here looks like we're getting a different kind of a figure. Triangle. We're getting a triangle. Now, it looks like this triangle might be such that all sides have the same length. Let's say x is the length of one side, so x has to be the length of each of the other sides. This is a special triangle. It's called an equilateral triangle. All sides are equal. So, to get the perimeter, we add all the sides together. Well, we can do a shortcut here and say P equals 3x. Now, here's a different triangle where we have two sides that are equal. This is called an isosceles triangle. So, to get the perimeter or the distance around this triangle, we add the two x's together plus the y, or we could say P equals 2x plus y. Now, here is a problem involving perimeters here. Let's say we have three cities represented by A, B, and C. And Newton here is going to travel to all those cities. And we want to find the length or the distance between sides A and B, in this case of this triangle here. And we know that the distance between cities B and C is 12 miles. The distance between C and A is 16 miles. We just don't know the distance between A and B. Now, let's suppose that I tell you that the total distance they traveled was 48 miles. So what we could do is add x plus 16 plus 12 equals 48. And then we can add the 16 and the 12 together on the left-hand side. Get x plus 28 equals 48. Subtract 28 from both sides, and we get x equals 20 miles is the distance between A and B, those cities. Now, here's a similar type situation here that involves a race. Now, it's a race between Hilbert, who's in a motorcycle, and Newton is in a car, and they're going around a triangular track. Now we're going to take a look at the sides of this triangular track. Let's say that one side is y, but another side is y plus 3, and another side is 281 kilometers. So we can use, and we say that the whole distance around there is 764 kilometers. So we can add y plus 3 plus 281 equals 764 on the left-hand side there. What we're going to do is subtract 284 from both sides. Then we get 2y equals 480. And then we divide 3 by 2. We get y equals 240 kilometers. Now here we have a soccer game between Newton and Hilbert. First, Newton's going to kick the ball to Hilbert. And Hilbert's going to respond by kicking the ball back. Now, we're not so much interested in the soccer game. We're interested in the field that they're playing on. And the field is a rectangular field. and it has its dimensions. And let's take a look at that. Let's say that the length is L and the width is L minus 35. Well, we can use that perimeter formula, and we go 2L plus 2 times the quantity L minus
35.
That represents the width, equals 370. In this case, it's 370 meters around. And we work that down, and we'll find out that L equals 110 meters. So to find the width of this field, we just substitute in 110 for L, and we get L minus 35 equals 75 meters. Now here we have a picture frame, and let's say the width is represented by W and the length is represented by 1.5 times W. So if we follow this perimeter formula here, we say that there's 250 centimeters all the way around. We get 250 equals 2 times the quantity 1.5 W plus 2W. Now that works to 250 equals 2W plus 2W, the 3W plus 2W rather, and then we'll get 250 equals 5W, and then W equals 50 centimeters if you divide through by 5. And so to get the length, we multiply 1.5 times the 50, which is W, and we get 75 centimeters. Thank you.